If you've clicked on this video, it's not a coincidence. You have a shared curiosity about esoteric, hidden methods, mysterious methods, pseudoscientific methods. Should you follow unproven, mysterious, hidden arts methods? Should you try it out in your life? Should you apply it to your lifestyle? I think you should, but with moderation. So I think there's benefit in exploring a mystery, exploring a hidden art, exploring something that's not a mainstream practice. It may have some truth to it. Why are so many people doing it? Well, maybe it's a cult. Maybe the people who are doing it are brainwashed. Their belief is following some sort of authority that's actually misrepresenting the world in which we're living. Or maybe this cult has some sort of truth in the way that it is seeing the world. Maybe it has some truth to it. So why do I think you should try and experiment with it with moderation? Well, I've had my own experimentations. I've gone through my hidden paths in several domains in my life, to be honest. And I'm very interested in the scientific method, which is that of predicting, falsifying, and what else? Comparing, probably other aspects too. And part of that scientific process is the application of theories. You can't falsify, you can't predict, and you can't compare anything without any theoretical framework. And what's a theoretical framework? Simply, it's a belief about how the world works. And these hidden arts really can be described as speculative. What does that mean? It's just positing a hypothesis. It's saying, this is my theory of how the world is, or how the world works, and this is how I decide to execute it. So I like to listen open-minded, to be flexible about what people say, and in terms of theories as well, because as I said, the main part of the scientific method is what theory you are using and what you're applying. Now, I'm interested in music science and neuroscience, and in both of those domains of music and science, humanity is a very important aspect. How humans interact and how humans live. So, learning about meditative practices, occult practices, learning about bizarre phenomena like remote viewing, like learning about hidden arts, about how social engagement works, how humans are best interacting. I'm interested in hypnosis and its different umbrellas of how ideas and narrations are transmitted. And I've gone through the paths exploring ideas that could be considered pseudoscience or not based on anything, but people are practicing it. You can say, I've tried to enter some cults. No. And this is applicable to business as well. But really, I want to iterate on the idea of methods applied with moderation if they are hidden, not practiced in the mainstream. You have to give it a try on yourself. See if it works for you. But give yourself a sort of deadline. Give yourself a period of testing. Sometimes you don't know how long the testing will last. In some cases, I've applied things, I've copied some people's methods and onto my life, and I was unsure how long it will last. And I've kept some of the things that this method deemed as important because I felt that it was important for my way of doing. This applies to a lot of athletic and gym body lifting, body building techniques, for instance, that you can find in the internet. I like to listen to Renaissance Periodization, Dr. Mike, and other fitness influencers who are talking about muscle science, sports science. And a big part of it is, well, actually, some methods have to be comfortable and they have to feel comfortable because of your anatomy and the way you are built. It can be quite individual depending on the length of your arms and the length of your fingers. This can be the same in which musician you should imitate. Which is your teacher the best teacher for you? Learn from different teachers. I think it comes down to that. Learn from different methods. Sometimes it can be a hidden method. Try it out. Does it work for you? Great. Does it not? Is it moderately working for you? Cool. All right, just take part of that theory and apply it to your way of living. It's worth exploring rather than saying no to this and no to that. Sure, the scientific method is also based on skepticism, so I don't believe your thing will work. But I like to say that my scientific learnings, backed with my artistic optimism, has made me an open-minded skeptic. I'm gonna listen. And after I've listened, I'll try and find groundings for it. And what are the grounds for it, you know? If I've listened and I think it's an interesting idea in terms of if it's a scientific theory, okay, that's a nice angle to look at all the grounding or to look at certain empirical work that's grounded. Anyway, I don't want to go too abstract because it's going a bit abstract now. But really the idea is that do you hear a method that hasn't been proven or isn't mainstream, and maybe you're using it already or you believe in it, and that's fine. But give yourself a deadline to say, well, how does it integrate with the rest of the mainstream stuff? Yeah, I think that's my message for today. So are you interested in hidden arts, hidden practices? Try them out if you are interested in them. If you're not sure, should I give it a try? Give it a try. Experiment, but be conscious that it might not work. Be open enough to let it into your life. Be skeptical enough to chop it up and stop it when it needs to be stopped, because it doesn't work for you or it doesn't work for your worldview, you know, and that's fine. There's a worldview clash. You try and experiment with this new way of doing, you integrate it, or you know, fully or partly. So if you like this discussion, I have open-minded but skeptical conversations with a few different people of different music, science on my podcast about music, science, and applying science and philosophy to music and the arts. So you can check it out. And I also explore theories of neuroscience and scientific work about music science in the same channel. If you enjoy this content, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment what you think, because I'm curious if you think differently. I'll be willing to discuss. Ciao.